danger. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced.
I am the shirt elemental.
Renata knew that using it could go
Isn't he adorable,
catastrophically
folks?
wrong.
Hey!
But he was sure
But
he could
yes,
figure out
greetings and
how to use it
salutations with the
safely.
Land Stars, and we're
Also,
back with some more
A
stories.
temple had risen out
Let's
of
see where
empty
we go
desert.
this time.
The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into
Yeah, we've not been having good
bloodthirsty
luck with the
monster.
Iblis Stone lately.
Maybe
I
to
noticed.
find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion.
Also,
And
my
he had a
foot
gut
really itches.
feeling that he needed to use that to his
I may have to
advantage.
lose the socks and grab the slippers shortly, but
That's fair. But I guess we'll go see about Lapino, right?
let's make friends.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause. And maybe Renato could use that somehow.
Could, but not going to.
Yeah, exactly. We'll worry about that another time.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own.
I feel like there was a rock song that
Lapino
was
always
something
wiggled
like
out
Mad
of
as a
trouble
Rabbit or
time.
Mad as Rabbits.
I can
But he
believe
was
it.
out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait,
You know, kind of like
was the prison?
Mr. Winky's attempts in The Wind in the
The village
Willows.
was empty.
You were trying to sell me a stolen motor car that
Had
I
everybody
clearly
fled the
sold
Ravens?
you.
It's been a long time since I've watched Wind in the Willows.
Same.
Like, we used to watch the old claymation ones. I did rewatch an episode of that, where one of the characters in it was very strongly implied to be Satan.
Ha!
Yeah. Damn creepy episode, too. Badger ends up chasing him off after they stop
That was
whatever plan's
odd.
going on.
Renato had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more ravens.
Is this not monkeys?
That's an awful lot of monkeys with guns.
Renato looked around the empty village and reflected. The Sky Ripper had turned out to be far too dangerous to be used. Time to turn to what he knew best.
Sleeping and whoring?
Yeah. We're going to New Brunswick, Leonardo. For the ones of you who get that reference, thank you so much. It's a shame that unlocking all these endings is so repetitive.
This is why you have us here, to pass the time.
We got to rock on to Electric Avenue.
He's been randomly singing that at various different points, wherever we find an avenue.
It's been stuck in my head the entire time since we arrived here. It won't leave. Send help, please.
Preferably KFC.
We're not near a KFC. We did find a Popeyes in
Yeah.
Renato's nose
over
turned
the
towards
Pennsylvania
traffic.
border.
Yeah.
They must have forgotten it in a hurry.
No, the closest one is
Surely
actually
they
closer to
wouldn't
my
mind
job.
Help himself to it. After all, he wouldn't even know it.
I would be up for doing Popeyes properly without having to wait for like the delivery this time.
Yeah.
For the glorious sake of science.
Exactly. Food science, particularly.
Mm-hmm. bunch of restaurants we need to try around here. Couple of local joints that seem interesting, to say the least.
Yes. One of which highly recommended by a friend of the family.
Yeah. that was hilarious, because it's like, yep, it's literally right. I could trip out of our door and I'd wind up in it. Yeah, my dad's like, yeah. He says you have to find this restaurant and try it. I'm like, it's over there. It's literally right over there, man.
Yep. Whoa! In 3D!
3D! Mode 7!
The advanced
God, we're gonna have to find some SNES games to LP or stream sometime.
Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino.
But is he a top spy, though?
He really
I was
a
gonna
traitor.
say, he's more of a headache.
Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
So many apples, so little time.
Too many apples, too many towns. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the hood now, because it's...
Uncomfy?
Yeah. I'm wearing my protective camouflage.
Yep, he has taken form of shirt. Like, you can't see it, but he's got, like, both of his legs just scrunched up inside his hoodie. Which is even more impressive considering, again, he's got 4 extra legs now.
Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that. What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in his face. Maybe he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a first.
Why would anyone put his slinky collection in a strongbox, thought Renato. The magic slinkies? Oh,
I got a broken slinky in a Dirty Santa one time. Spent a long time trying to fix it.
Although, to be fair, a slinky would be a perfect prop to use if you were cosplaying as Piccolo. Because then you could be like, Special Beam Cannon!
Well, no, I was thinking like, wow, I forgot we could do that! I love how Dragon Ball Superheroes made that joke when Team 4-Star had made that joke like 8 years ago.
Bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized
And then it turns out he's
cards as
actually trying to
Lapino's
practice an actual
favorite
dance.
drag. Oh, I thought you were in
Like the
danger.
Cupid shuffle.
I am.
Shuffle,
The
shuffle.
ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia.
Nah.
Nah.
Capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still get to
I
the
feel like we
core of
should go for that
Skyripper.
Sky Ripper
Even if he
core.
couldn't
I
get the
know,
whole
right?
thing, it must have great power. To make the Sky Ripper, the transcendent Emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god,
That sounds painful.
surely they could fashion a great weapon from that. The core of the Sky Ripper?
Eye injuries tend to be painful in
That's
general.
an actual thing that we could just go and get.
Like, even if you just
been
get, like,
busy.
a little
Sure
bit of dirt
had.
in your eye, it sucks.
Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of.
There was
It
this
was good to be
kid
back
who
with
got
his
himself
friend.
blown up by
True,
gazers. It was
the core was
awesome.
capable of terrible, uncontrollable destruction.
So one day, little Billy heard a phrase
Sure, it would work.
he had never heard before.
It's beautiful here, thought Reynardo. It was nice to be back with his old war buddy. All right, Lapino was a traitor. But still, he was good company.
And he was a good meat shield. Well, not really, considering when we were evil, we could just poke him with the tip 3 times and he would die.
Dragon Quest, well!
Well, well, well.
We have my copy of Dragon Quest VII somewhere here.
Yeah, I think it's in with the other games.
We should LP that.
That would probably take us all year.
Like the earth had
It is a good game.
fermenting for a very
It is a
long
good
time.
game. It is just a lot of game. It is a ridiculous amount of game. Especially because mine is the PS1 version, which means it's like 2 hours before you get to the first encounter. Yeah.
Force to go through another universe. Yes, sir. Could the lost dog use one of
That's
them to
kind of a
return?
plot point in, Seventh Sea, the JRPG. The not France's
All over.
magic involves
You can feel an
portals,
almost palpable
and if you use them too much, you can potentially unleash like old gods.
Oh, fun.
The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, but few birds. You didn't count the ravens. Reynardo smelled sick animals and dying ones. No help. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Reynardo thought. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe he should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here.
Maybe we should have just said, screw the rebellion, let's go to Wendy's.
But that's over the river.
True.
The Burger King is so much closer.
True.
Granted, I do like Wendy's.
Also, at the time of this recording, I've yet to try a Burger King burger.
Yeah, that is
As he
true.
held the radiant icosahedron, Reynardo felt queasy, like dozens of tiny worms
Okay.
filling his insides. It wasn't
So,
helpful to
for
be
our
so
next
close
step-
to the eye of a god. How
Okay.
could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Reynardo ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer.
Oh no, he's gonna get the
Honestly,
avocado poisoning
Reynardo
again.
ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lapino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost. The Imperial outpost was a
That,
vital
yeah,
communication.
I feel like we should trust Lapino.
Yeah,
Shattered the
totally.
Yeah.
Empire's
Yeah.
ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Reynardo. But what if Lapino lost the core to the Empire? That could be a good thing, couldn't it? Was Reynardo ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Nah, let's actually listen to him.
Yep.
Trust me, Reynardo, you won't regret this.
I already
The
do.
core like it was my own baby daughter. As the Farfarer dived towards the Nexus, Lapino was jumping up and down with excitement. Stop rabbiting around, Reynardo said. Lapino just stared at him. The moment the ship landed, Lapino leapt off the ship.
He seems to have a lot of habit of hanging around rabbits. Like he was sleeping with the one rabbit girl who had the rabbit son that blew
As
up.
Lapino vanished
Now his
into
best
the
friend's a
wilds of the
rabbit
Nexus,
who's a traitor.
Reynardo vaguely remembered Lapino had a baby daughter, didn't he? And he told her mother he was going out to get some Easter eggs, and he'd never come back. But Renato was relieved not to carry the core anymore. He was already feeling better. And who knows,
Also,
maybe
that
this time
implies that
Lupino would
Easter
get it
exists
right.
in this universe.
Which means there's
He'd take the
Jesus.
outpost, he'd have access
What
to all the
animal would
Empire's
Jesus be?
communications in the sector, right?
I know in Usagi Yojimbo, they have him be a lion.
I guess it makes sense. To some extent.
I'm pretty sure I brought both of my, or I packed both of my volumes of Usagi. Which, if you've never read Usagi Yojimbo, go change that. It's great.
Actually, isn't it in like a lot of old art, Jesus was depicted as a lamb?
He's described as the Lamb of God, but he's also described as the Lion of
Chest
Judah,
was
if I'm
filled with
remembering
reprints of
correctly.
The entire
Okay.
Sandman series.
Oh!
Reprints. What was the point of collecting those? Ooh, and there was something else.
Neil Gaiman reference. We had, my brother actually had the entire Sandman series in trade paperback.
Let's see here.
What's the blue one?
The blue one is can dash through shield-wielding enemies. Yeah, I feel like I gotta go with that one.
Okay.
And then the next one after that is dash through an enemy will also stun him and knock him down.
Okay.
Look at us, we're making progress. At this rate, nobody's gonna stand a chance. We won't need the damn Sky Ripper or the Iblis Stone. We'll just kick everybody's ass.
Yeah.
I win.
You win.
What do I win?
That's a good question. Apples, evidently.
Oh, okay. We can make an apple pie.
Nom.
Nom.
Renato caught his breath. His joints still hurt, but he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore. He'd let the armature slip out of his hands to save his friend Lupino. Of course he had to let Lupino take the core. The rebellion needed every man doing his duty. And the rabbit would be no good taking on an Imperial outpost, right?
I mean, again, he died after 3 tips.
Heh, heh, heh. So there's a secret with this raven here. It's a secret he'll take to his grave.
Okay. You see, he was going to tell us about the 12 herbs and spices.
Damn it!
Turns out he's like a distant cousin of chicken.
Renato took the outpost with a song in his heart.
And food in his belly
Soon,
and
he was
love in his
stuffing
family.
sack with key messages from and to the fleet. Then the fire speaker toad chortled a new message. The observatory had been sacked by ravens. Lupino and all the scientists had been taken to the mountains. Why? Why had he trusted Lupino again? And now the Empire had the core. Renato hailed the rebel base to warn them. But their far speaker didn't crouch.
I feel like we should rescue the rabbit.
Under attack
Yeah,
too.
probably. I mean, he's totally our buddy and not a traitor, like they were implying earlier.
Yep.
Who knew what was going on at the base? But he knew what the ravens would do to Lupino if Renato didn't rescue him fast. Well, actually, he wasn't exactly sure. It kind of depended on whether Lupino was a traitor or not. Renato just couldn't bring himself to believe that. What are old friends for, if not to need rescuing every few days?
Yeah, that's fair.
Renato felt a twinge of doubt. Should he have gone to the base?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Logically, wherever they'd taken Lapino was probably where they took the core, right? Oh, why couldn't Lapino have just, for once, not got himself captured? Was that too much to
Are you
ask?
saying that he's
You
daft?
shouldn't be too hard on the rabbit. No, he meant well, and he was insanely brave. You have to admire that.
I mean, I get more apples as a result.
So many apples.
So many. And we don't even know what flavor.
Flavor? What flavor of apple?
Just
You
like
guys
with
ever
flavors
learned
of
to swing
They don't come in flavors, they come in variety. What breed of apple and what type of cheese? Boop.
Hey. He's adorable.
Hey. Didgeridoo. I should make a bard who plays the didgeridoo.
Yeah, you could.
It would be a modicum less obnoxious than a bard who plays the vuvuzela.
I mean, I could think of something worse. The theremin.
My bored artificer invented the theremin. This is a thing that you all have to live with now.
Where were they holding Lapino anyway? There was no sign of him or the ravens who'd captured him. Just rocks and snow and the usual scouts. No sign of the core either. Was this a wild rabbit chase? Oh.
You couldn't even get kidnapped right,
Getting
God!
captured. But what was this rebellion
That's
for
impressive if you
anyway?
can't even get kidnapped, right?
Lapino seemed useless. But he was a friend. If friends didn't matter anymore, what was the point of winning this war?
That is actually a valid point. It kind of comes up in Gundam Seed, as I recall. Because a big part of the plot is like, two of the main characters were once friends and are now on opposite sides of this war. Granted, I never finished watching Seed. I should change that. I should give that another proper go at some point. But not today!
Whoa. Suddenly I got very up close and personal.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's like suddenly the camera just went whoosh, and it was right up Reynardo's ass.
Yep. Still no evidence of tail.
Again, maybe it's like with Fantastic Mr. Fox. Maybe he lost it in the war. Granted, Mr. Fox lost it because he got it shot off by the farmers, but...
my single favorite joke in the movie, and it's such a dumb joke. There's a scene where it's a montage of Mr. Fox and his friends, like, repeatedly robbing places, and there's a folk singer who's supposed to be Pete Seeger. He's singing a song, and then at the end of it, one of the old rich guys comes out. What are you doing, Pete? Nothing. Doesn't sound like nothing. I'm just singing. What kind of song are you singing? I know the song. I'm making it up as I go. You can't make up a song as you go. That's bad songwriting. You're writing a bad song.
Poor Pete.
Yeah.
See? With enough leverage, you could go anywhere. Reynardo thought of the choices he had made so far. Rescuing a friend and then sending him to be captured. Recovering a super weapon and letting it fall into enemy hands. Risking an assault on an enemy base for military secrets, and then failing to deliver them to the rebellion. Well, he was alive.
At least he has his health. And a bunch of apples.
The hell are those?
At the end of the mountain path.
Oh, it's the
Reynardo
cards.
came to a clearing.
Those are some giant-ass
campfire.
cards.
Raven feathers and... oh... Lupino's lucky deck of cards. Well, that wasn't good.
But does he have a red-eyes black dragon?
That's a good question.
Ravens were much better than weasels at counting. And they had a very poor sense of humor. Then,
Yeah, I mean,
saw
you get
what
them
he'd
to
hoped
laugh and
never
they
to
just
see.
die.
Fresh scraps of rabbit fur. Ragged and bloody, ravens would eat anything.
By GRABTHAR'S hammer!
Reynardo screamed at the sky.
I will
Yep.
avenge you!
The rebels had assembled.
Yep.
By the sons of Lorbain, you shall be avenged!
Clouds of dark with Imperial ships.
That's
He
some
could reach the
good
Empire
galaxy
before the rest of
quests.
the rebels did. Maybe he could settle this without too much bloodshed. He set sail, and the Farfarer shot forward. Poor Lupino had never been a great warrior. The mad rabbit was good for a lark and a laugh. And a pint. The thought of ravens eating him made Reynardo furious. The way they were eating up the land. The way the Emperor was eating up the people with his new, bloodthirsty ways. He would make them all pay.
Oh, we're just gonna have to find a crap
There it
ton of
was again.
apples.
The back door to the portal that went to the center of the fleet.
Whee!
Again, that is such a cool shot, and these are genuinely really cool set pieces.
No, I want that one.
He had given up every objective to save his friend. He had given up the armature, the core, the gem, and even Zenobia. He loved Lupino, he realized. Now the rabbit. A hero looks out for his friends, even when they're gone. He would send Lupino an honor guard of ravens to serve him in the halls of the Valiant. He would avenge him.
Also, doesn't that also imply, like, Marvel and DC probably exists in this universe too.
DC at the very least.
Yeah.
Because they reference the Sandman, and they reference something else if you get lucky while breaking barrels and things. It's one of my favorite random things for the game to say.
Haha! Missed it by that much. And now that I have the webcam, I can do that joke properly.
Yep.
Except I'm not talking out of a shoe. What, have you never seen Get Smart?
Well, a very long time ago.
His communicator was a shoe. I think they did like a remake movie at one point with Steve Carell as him.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Open up and let me in.
Finally, he reached the Emperor's ship. And there was Lapino, surrounded by ravens. He was alive. They'd eaten some other rabbit. I'll save you.
He ate a different flavor of rabbit.
A different flavor of rabbit.
Said Lapino when the last raven was down. Renato threw his arms around his best friend. I had to come. I love you, man. You really, really shouldn't have, said Lapino. And Renato felt a rather sharp pain in his back. As he collapsed, Lapino took the dagger out of Renato's back and wiped it off on Renato's sleeve. Why? You always have to be the hero. Brave Renato, epic Renato, super sexy Renato. As Renato died, all he could think was,
Bamboozled again!
again. Oh, again? But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was
Damn.
sure of that. He must have not used them the right way. What was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
Probably. Well, at least we got another one.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if only he hadn't just shanked us like that.
We loved him.
I know.
True romance right there.
Well, maybe we'll have better luck in romance next time. Who knows? We'll figure it out later, but until then, we're the Landstars saying thank you very much for watching.
Rabbits.
But which flavor?
They don't come in flavors!